$1,200 and $1,400 bonus payments are now being discussed for Social Security recipients, and honestly, this is one of the most promising moments we've seen in a long time. We simply haven't had this many serious proposals aimed directly at Social Security beneficiaries in years. Several different plans are circulating right now, and I'm going to walk you through each one clearly and simply. But let me be straightforward with you right from the start. None of these have been approved yet. Still, the fact that lawmakers and advocacy groups are even talking about direct bonus payments for Social Security is a big deal. And you deserve to understand exactly what's on the table, who's pushing these ideas, and how they might affect you. I've spent hours digging into the details so you don't have to. What I'm giving you here is the truth. No hype, no confusing jargon, just the important stuff. Let's jump in. The big link, tariffs. Before we get into the dollar amounts, there's one major theme you need to know about. Every single one of these proposals ties back to one thing: tariffs. All these bonus payment ideas stem from new tariffs, existing tariffs, rising costs, fast-moving inflation, higher prices hitting everyday Americans. These so-called chaotic tariffs, and yes, some proposals actually use that wording, are driving up prices on almost everything. The cost of living is climbing fast. And finally, lawmakers and advocacy groups are acknowledging what so many of you already feel. People on Social Security, disability benefits, low incomes, and fixed incomes are getting crushed financially right now. Maybe Washington is finally waking up. Maybe they're finally getting it. I'm not sure, but I am glad this conversation is finally gaining momentum. Keep that background in mind as we break down each plan. Proposal number 1, the $1,200 payment. Social Security Emergency Inflation Relief Act. Let's start with the first proposal, the $1,200 boost. This plan comes from the Social Security Emergency Inflation Relief Act, and here's what it aims to do. Provide a $200 monthly bump for everyone receiving Social Security for a temporary 6-month period. Simple math. 200 multiplied by 6 months equals $1,200 total bonus money. This would be on top of your regular monthly benefit. Why are they proposing it? Because of the tariffs. And yes, their wording directly refers to the impact of chaotic tariffs. Tariffs are pushing up prices across the board, squeezing people who don't have the ability to increase their income. Would I love to see this last longer than 6 months? Absolutely. 12 months, 18 months, whatever they can manage. But even as written, an extra $1,200 would make a real difference for people who are stretching every penny. Again, unapproved yet, but it is a real proposal sitting in front of lawmakers right now. Proposal 2, the $1,400 make-up payment. Senior Citizens League. The next idea comes from the Senior Citizens League, and they're pushing for a one-time $1,400 catch-up payment for every Social Security recipient. Why? Because recent COLA increases have fallen short, arrived too slowly, not kept up with the real-world cost of living. Here are the COLA numbers: 2.5% for 2025, 2.8% projected for 2026. But you and I both know real inflation, groceries, rent, utilities, medical bills, is much higher than that. The Senior Citizens League knows this too. That's why they want this $1,400 payment, to make up for years of COLA increases that haven't matched actual inflation. Again, same theme as before. Inflation plus tariffs equals higher prices, and lawmakers are finally acknowledging the gap. Unapproved, but gaining traction. Proposal 3, the $2,000 tariff-funded stimulus payment. Now let's talk about the third option, and this one's coming from the highest level of government. There are active conversations about a $2,000 payment for low-income Americans, middle-income Americans, including Social Security beneficiaries. This would work like a stimulus check, but here's the twist. It would be paid for using tariff revenue. The logic is straightforward. Tariffs equal higher prices. Higher prices equal financial pressure on families. Tariffs generate new revenue, so use that revenue to send payments back to the people feeling the impact. Notice the pattern? $1,200 because tariffs increased living costs. $1,400 because COLA didn't keep up with tariff-driven inflation. $2,000 funded directly from tariffs. Tariffs are the common denominator in every one of these proposals. Could more than one payment actually happen? Here's something most people don't realize. These proposals come from 3 different groups, and they are not tied to each other. That means technically more than one could pass. In theory, lawmakers could approve the $200 monthly bump and approve the $1,400 make-up payment, or any combination of the 3. Would that be incredible? Absolutely. Should we rely on that happening? Probably not. But the fact that multiple plans are in active discussion shows how serious the situation has become for people living on fixed incomes. Who would qualify? $1,200 proposal. Every Social Security beneficiaries, retirement, disability, survivors. $1,400 proposal. All Social Security beneficiaries. Purpose: compensate for weak COLA increases. $2,000 tariff dividend. Low and middle income Americans. Likely includes Social Security recipients. Could include others depending on how it's structured. So depending on your income and benefits, you could technically qualify for 1, 2, or all 3, if they get approved. But again, and I need to say this clearly, none of these payments have been finalized or approved yet. My goal is to give you accurate, realistic information, not false promises.